guys, Ray from Love the RV and Boat. So we like to spend our summers on the boat exploring the BC coast. And often we're up sort of remote areas where there's not a lot of services. So we like to be able to stay out for weeks at a time. Now I have lots of solar power on the boat and lots of battery capacity. Our trawler can store a ton of food, but one thing up here that you really need is water storage. Luckily enough, this trawler came with two 60-gallon tanks in it. But to increase our time away, I also carry a bladder that I can place on the rear of the deck, just back here near the stern. You can see it's a 60-gallon water bladder. So I fill that up when we're at a good source of water, usually marina like in Campbell River, Port McNeill, because a lot of the marinas up here in these little islands and inlets, they have some fancy marinas, but they're just using the water from runoff creeks and stuff, so a lot of it is non-potable, which I have filters and stuff, but I like to be able to get some good city water, put it in the bag, and then I put it into my tanks once we're kind of getting down. So I'll show you the products I use. I use a lot of them for the RV as well when we camp off grid. So we'll just give you a look from this end here. Here's the bladder. So I have this pump. It's a 12-volt water pump. I reviewed it last winter from a company called Magam, and I really like this one because it's it can do a flow of 7 gallons a minute, so it's a pretty powerful water transfer pump, and it's quiet, which is nice when you're in an anchorage. I believe it's got 5 chambers on it. There's an inline filter there to catch any debris. So I hook it to the bottom of the bladder here. And then to power that pump, I just have a little Bluetti. It's got a little baby Bluetti here. Turn it on to DC and plug the pump's wiring right into the power socket there. And then it has a little on-off switch as well. So this Magam company at the same time sent me out a macerator pump to test out with the RV. I've had my own flow jet for a couple of years now. I was interested to see how the cheaper versions, more economical versions worked, and I have to say the little macerator pump worked pretty good considering its low price. It wasn't quite the flow of the flow jet. Flow jet kind of cleaned out my waste tanks a little quicker and pumped into the sewer tote quicker, but they got the job done. But this pump is better than any pump I've tried before. I've had a flow jet pump and a shore flow pump for this job, and this thing's by far the quietest and the best flow. Anyway, it goes through this thing over here to my water filter system. So this is a Blue Technology 10-inch water filters here, and it's got a longevity filter, so it's got a sediment filter, an off-grid filter which goes to 0.2 microns, so it gets rid of really super small stuff, and then what they call a tasty filter that cleans up the taste of it. It's a charcoal filter. Anyway, and also I put this on. This is a Blue Technology water regulator. So I put that on because that pump I'm using can drive pretty high PSI, I think 70 PSI. So I put this on because this will drop it down and regulate it so that I don't harm the filters. They don't want too high of a PSI going through them, but it's plenty enough to fill my tank. And then right into one of my tanks there. Anyway, I'll just give you a demo of that in action. Over here. There we go. So you can see that's not too bad. Not overly noisy. I could also probably place it on something. Probably get a little bit of noise off the deck, but it's not like some of the other pumps that are super loud. And so that pumps through my filter system and puts clean water into my tank. That's pretty good flow. Okay, so that tank's topped up, so I've just switched it over to the second tank, and there should be enough water in there to top us right up. Well, I've got both tanks topped up, a little bit extra, so I do carry a couple blue jugs for water as well, so I have some room in one of those. Let's transfer that into that. We're all filled up, so another handy thing I can do with this pump is use it as a wash down, so I can use the extra water I have. Wash crab guts out of the dinghy, fresh water on the motor, wash the deck down, that sort of thing. Pump puts out pretty good pressure. So to complete the water system, not too long ago I installed this faucet here. This is another product from Blue Technology. It's the UV sterilizer. So it hooks into our cold water system, taps into it, and then the water that comes through here gets sterilized by UV light. Turn that on, and when it's blue, it's giving us UV purified water. That bladder collapses pretty small. Once it's dry, I can fold it all up and put it away in a box. A box for all my water goodies back here. Hoses, everything fit into this bin. Sits on the back of the deck. I'll give you a look at my tanks. So it looks like this stainless steel tank's been here for a while. It seems to be working well. And I believe it is a 60-gallon stand-up tank on that side. That's what was filling on that port. And on the other side here, I guess maybe the stainless steel tank failed, so they put in 3 20-gallon plastic tanks and plumbed them together. And also the 2 tanks go across here. There's valves there to turn each off. And so they equalize back and forth. This is the lazarette of the boat. You can see the rudder mechanism there for steering. And it's a good place also to put garbage as we accumulate it. I'll double bag it in black bags and stick it down here. It stays pretty cool down here. Anyway, that's about it for the water management when we're off-grid. Till next time, Ray from Love Your RV and Boat. Thanks for watching, everyone. Cheers, guys.